I've been listening to Frank Hurricane since college. It became kind of this like obsession that we had when we were living in Ithaca in the Telluride house. I've like memorized a number of his songs. He was really like the soundtrack to a lot of this stuff getting started up. And so when he came to Birmingham and we were doing this conference, I had this crazy idea that like maybe he would actually just like perform at the conference. And so after the show, I just came up to Frank and I was like, dude, we have this like thing that we're trying to do. Like, do you want to just come play? And then he was like, off the chain. Woo! Woo! And so I followed up on Instagram, and here we are. So it's like our absolute honor. Like, I think genuinely one of the most talented folk musicians alive in America today. One of the most entertaining performers that you can see anywhere. Like, I can't even tell you how lucky everyone here is to hear this. And not just Frank, but we're gonna have Frank being introduced by our very own Cole Yarbrough.
Yeah!
Ready to rock you like a hurricane, it's Frank Hurricane!
Yeah, good job.
That was something.
What up, Big Brick and Bond? Man, it's a spiritual pleasure to be here, man. After hearing Big Daniel say that and our holy OG here, Cole, man, that means a lot coming from y'all pawns, man. I don't even know what to say, man. It's such a spiritual pleasure to be here tonight. Man, I'm pumped. My name's Frank Hurricane, y'all. I'm gonna kick it off with a spiritual anthem, man. I'm really happy to be here. I met a lot of you guys. This is awesome. This is just incredible, and I feel just honored, and this is amazing, man. So here we go, dog. This one's called Girthworm Jim. Woo! Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Stay on the trail until the fall. You won't have no worries at all. Girthworm Jim, I'd love to be your friend, but it's hard to know much about you when you're cold and silent like a statue. But the world won't go on without you. I took you to a Chinese buffet, best one I know of near GA. Oh, you really pissed off the boss when you dipped your testicuales in the sauce. Words, the whole place was at a loss. Are you always high as a kite? There ain't a Delta 9 to suit you right. Always dogging down a honey bun. Oh, we really had some fun. So glad to have met you on the run. Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Live on a trail into the fall. You won't have no worries at all. That's a song about my boy Girthworm Jim. Now when you out on that Appalachian Trail, or any of those mystical trails, you get yourself a trail name. You know, I've done the whole Appalachian Trail. And my trail name out there, Manimal. Got it from a psychedelic army ranger. Popped out of a haunted bivvy sack underneath a psychedelic picnic table. He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "Damn, son." He started throwing me Snickers bars. I was deep throating Snickers bars. I was flying over mountaintops. I did an 11-mile hike in 2 hours. And I said, "Damn, son." I got to the spot where this dude was supposed to pick me up in a van and take me into Hiwassee, Georgia, to a psychedelic motel. I was there 5 hours early. I said, "What the hell am I supposed to do?" When they finally came, everybody else showed up, 5 hours later, and the van showed up. I told him what happened. Homie said, "You're the Manimal." There was my name. Now, Girthworm Jim. He looked just like that spiritual video character, Earthworm Jim. But his name was Girthworm Jim. I said, "Dude, he was skinny as hell. Where's the girth?" He said, "In my drawers." I said, "That's off the chain." Let me tell you, he really did dip his testicuales in some hot sauce inside a Chinese buffet. And so did I. It was off the chain. But, Girthworm, turned out he was actually on the run from the haunted police of Jacksonville, Florida. And to quote my boy Girthworm, in Jacksonville, "You're either pulling triggers or you're pushing plungers." We all been to Jacksonville. He's exactly right, dog. That's why he hopped on that sacred Appalachian Trail. This next song's about literally hopping on the trail also. It's about, I was looking up actually something about this mystical conference. I was thinking, what is this mystical thing I'm about to roll into? I saw it said something about the connection twixt the cities and the psychedelic backwoods shrimpanauties. That's exactly what this next song's about, y'all. Rolling into town, we finna burn that John to the ground. Chug a bunch of brew, oh, you know we gonna puff a pound. And then you know what I'm gonna do. My soul's burning blue. I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness. Feels so nice underneath those city lights. Ooh, my time by the riverside feels so good in my Philly neighborhood. But I'd love to see a lot more greenery. Ooh, I need a good bit of both. I ain't trying to stun no shrimpanati growth. No, I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness. Oh, you ain't gotta be so tough. Oh, you know everybody's got it rough. to change your life if you open that heart and soul up. And I hope you don't forget, Elon Musk can give me down, man. Fuck the internet. Yeah, I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness. I'm going back to the wilderness.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That was so great.
Thank you guys. It's so great to be here. I'm gonna send this holy hay off the edge
Beautiful.
there. Yes! Long live the king, baby! King Gaga, rest in peace, baby. Whoop, whoop. Woo, woo. My guy Cole, he rides them holy coasters, man. He knows what's up with the coaster world. That's a sacred world, man. Oh, yeah. Let me retune here real quick, guys. So any of y'all either live in or spend some mystical time up in Athens, Georgia?
Look at that.
What? Hell yeah. I used to live in Athens. I was a bartender and psychedelic door shrimp and all kinds of other stuff at this mystical place, the Go Bar. Any of y'all ever went there? That was the most sacred spot in town, but unfortunately it half closed down. The Go Bar, the Holy Go Bar. But you know, one night I was working there, and I was there at this mystic bar. So of course I had some mystical drinks, you know what I'm saying? But I was chilling, and I, you know, to be a responsible shrimp, I rode my bicycle back home. And I'm riding my bicycle down the street. It's about 4 a.m. Man, there's no cars out at all, zero. I'm just shrimping, rolling on my holy bicycle, having a blast. Run through a mystical four-way stop sign at the bottom of a hill to then go up the largest hill in Athens, Georgia. So, you know, I run through the stop sign. Who the hell would ever stop on a bicycle, especially if there's no cars around? It's the middle of the night. I kept on shrimping. I crossed that Holy Oconee River, start flying up this mystical hill, up Ruth Street. I'm cruising up this mystical street, pumping those pedals like a wild beast, pumping them like crazy. All of a sudden, I see the haunted blue lights behind me.
Oh.
I said, oh, what?
Park.
No way. This gotta be a joke. I'm on my motherfucking bicycle. The haunted police pulled me over on my bicycle, going up this large-ass hill. I said, guys, what are you doing? And they arrested you, boy. They arrested your boy for riding chugged out on a bicycle. Put me in that Athens jail. Shit was lit as fuck up in that Athens. I was in this strange, like, waiting room type of place. And they had 7 televisions up in this room, up on these crazy, like, you know, mystical, haunted, like metal arms kind of sticking out of the ceiling. 7 televisions. 6 of them, 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and 1 in the middle. Of those 6 on the outer, it was reruns of The Twilight Zone. And these motherfucking TVs were slightly off time from each other. It was delayed signal. So the first one over there, some dude caught in a hellish dimension or something. Ah! And it's echoes, you know, it kind of like, thank you, my G. You mind passing the Dutchie? Thank you, player.
On the left-hand side?
Whoop, whoop, on that left-hand side, baby.
I've actually got that song downloaded.
Yeah, we'll jam to that later on the holy dance floor. Hell yeah, Cole. But these episodes, you know, they were delayed, so you hear this hellish shrimp in this dimension. Ah! And it echoes. The second TV goes, ah! 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 And it's circling. They got the volume so damn loud. It's like a torture chamber. But I loved it. I paid money to see shit. And the middle television had reruns of Martin. Martin Lawrence's Sacred Sitcom.
Sacred. Yeah.
I said, what the fuck are you guys doing in here? This is awesome. And I have my grandpa's antique guitar that spent the night in jail with me too. That was kind of cool. And he goes, I bet you're gonna write some good songs about this. And I was like, you know what, you right, dude. I actually will. And I got out the next morning. I caught a mystical, I got an Uber from the jail. And got back to my place and I called up my friend who's a lawyer. I said, dude, I got a DUI on my bicycle. He said, that sucks. I said, it does. And they were threatening to take my driver's license and everything. And I said, dude, it's a bicycle. And it's the middle of the night. What the hell are you guys doing? And he said, dude, I can do nothing for you. And I said, damn, son. He said, you got to go down to the Holy Public Defender's office. I went down to the Public Defender's office of Athens, Georgia. I rolled up inside. Beautiful woman behind the desk. I said, yo, what up? She said, what's your name and what happened? I said, Frank Hurricane, DUI on my bicycle. She goes, whoa. She said, they're going to see you in the interview chamber in a few minutes. I just want to say something to you. I said, what's that? She said, keep it holy. I said, whoa, that's spiritual. Not sure why she said that, but that's amazing. Went in the interview chamber, they called my name. It's like a scene from Law and Order, straight up. Hot lights, hot shrimp under the lights. Sweat. This woman came in and she said, tell me about what happened. I said, well, I was riding my bike. I ran through the stop sign, the bottom of the largest hill in town to continue my mystical momentum. I kept flying, didn't stop at that dumb stop sign. She said, were you shrimping at that point? I said, what? She said, were you shrimping at that point? I said, yeah. Well, how do you know to ask me that? She said, everyone at the Public Defender's Office of Athens, Georgia is huge fans of your music. Oh, yeah. She said, we're going to get you off. I paid $1 for parking, y'all. The DA apologized to me. That was spiritual as a motherfucker. This next song's brand new.
Moving on.
It's called Addicted to Thrills.
That was great.
I met the Bulldog in Athens, Georgia. Yeah, I'm up to something. I got my Jimmy hat for that home girl I met on Snapchat. I gave my Lyft driver half of a $5 bill. He'll get the other half when I come back out. I'm addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Oh yeah. I'm in a haunted high rise, chilling with a mystic granny up in New Jersey. Ooh, them bed bugs, they eating me alive. Some words were spoken by an incestuous rapper from Hoboken. I'm sipping Whole Garden. I'm doing pills. I'm addicted to thrill. Down at that murder suicide Papa John's in Fort Payne, Alabama. If we're lucky, we won't wake up in the slammer. I'm in search of things most other people only dream of. Fill me up to the gills. Heaven help me, I'm addicted to thrill. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Oh yeah. I've been looking forward to rocking that one because I sing about that Papa John's in Fort Payne, Alabama, and I know that's right up the street. My boy took me down to that mystical Little River Canyon. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
That's a psychedelic spot. That's a place to, some of them psychedelic fungi, you know what I'm saying, and shrimp down in the mystical canyon. That's the spot. You guys got it going on around here. I ate at that psychedelic Mexican place in the parking lot with the murder-suicide Papa John. My boy got the chili Colorado. One day that song's coming out too. This next song right here, guys, it's a brand new track. I got a lot of new ones here tonight. Ooh, that's one of them big old shrimps right there. I live up in Holy Philadelphia. Let's hear for them birds.
Yeah.
No.
Go birds.
No.
I was climbing
Worst
light
fans
poles, y'all. I was climbing the poles.
Were they greased?
I was more lit than a shrimp with a peanut allergy inside a Texas chode house. Like, it was a party. The whole city was off the chain. I got home and I fell down the stairs. I broke a 150-year-old banister with my head. It was off the chain. Downstairs neighbor came out. I was laying on top of this antique banister that I had shattered with my head. And blood, I guess, was spurting. I don't remember it, but, I had a concussion and whatnot. It was off the chain. That's how we do up in Philadelphia. When the Eagles win the Super Bowl, you climb light poles and you fall off stuff. You fall down those sacred stairs. And the shrimp came out, and supposedly blood was spurting, and it was like, I looked like a horror movie or something like that. And all I said, I sit up and go, how about them birds? Now let me tell you, if you guys come up to Philly, give me a shot. We'll chill, y'all. It'll be off the chain. I made a mystical anthem about Philadelphia called Philly Love. It was a psychedelic, I'm a beer vendor at the stadium. I work at the Link with the Eagles. I work at the Philly Stadium. I vend that beer, ice cold beer, up in the psychedelic motherfucking stadium with the tub on my head and everything. It's off the chain, incredible job. And I made this video and this song about the Eagles, and we won that holy Super Bowl, and it was off the chain. I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna play the song that was kind of a Mystic remix, sort of this new song I got. That's also about the Eagles, but it's also about roller coasters. It's about haunted houses. It's about wild hogs and stuff. So check it out, guys. It's called Holy Michael Loves the Birds. This one's for Holy Donna. Holy Michael loves the birds. Holy Michael loves the birds. 215 rides on Intimidator number 305. Holy Michael loves the birds, and he listens to the holy words of his mother. Holy Michael loves to sing, but he never knows the joy it brings to anyone and everything around. Top Patty loves the dogs, often seen with a big round hog, cleans out waterfalls in Athens, Georgia. We used to live in a haunted house where 90s ghosts roamed all around, and we learned much about ourselves. They'd play with your neck hairs as you climb them attic stairs, running through the dark trying to get to my room. Paintings and doors fell off the walls. You'd hear phantom footfalls, getting greasy with Brian Veazey. Skinny Michael walks those dogs. Rumor is he got that 12-inch log. Lived down at the Purgatorium. And Chenturnsky's got that gift. He can see shapeshifters shift and sees the world through a juggernaut's lens. And as that world moves and you learn to love the blues, as you elongate pubes and see different hues, remember that I love ya. Remember that I love ya. Yeah. Donna, that's for you. So who's here? Who here is a big fan of that big bad boy Michael Hurley? Woo! You guys know Michael Hurley?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my shrimp. If you guys don't know Michael Hurley, and you at this sacred conference, you better look that shrimp up when you get home in that psychedelic haunted Wi-Fi. You better look up Michael Hurley, because he is probably the best folk shrimp of the past at least 50 years of the world. And he passed away like 3 days ago or something. Legendary gangster, Michael Hurley. I was lucky enough to rock a show with him up in Olympia, Washington.
Yo!
Back in the day. Whoa, whoa! That was off the chain, boy. That was off the chain. And you know, we puffed a couple pounds together and stuff. It was amazing. And he's a, you know, just, he means a huge amount to me and to the world. And check out his music, Michael Hurley. If you don't know him, your mind's literally, it's gonna make your life a lot better. And I know most of y'all living spiritual lives already. So when you throw that Michael Hurley up on there, it's going to be off the chain. So when you get home, look up Michael Hurley. But you know what? Rest in peace to that shrimp. You know, throughout life, mad shrimps are passing away these days. And, in the past, in the future, all kinds of shrimps passing away. It's part of life. It's part of that mystical cycle. I know we're going to be hanging with them shrimps again. I know it's really not even that sad because we all reconnect in the future. Who knows what comes next, but it's probably some kind of mystical thing where we reunite with all the shrimps, and who knows what it is. But I know that, we're going to see our homies again. So, it's a beautiful thing. That's what this next song's about. My boy X Street Cornbread Steve, he was a mentor to me, not that far from here, Carrollton, Georgia. Technically, Palookaville. On the side of the psychedelic Stumblebum Creek. My mystical mentor, X Street Cornbread Steve, he taught me a lot of stuff right across that holy Georgia state line, right into that other mystic time zone over there. My man X Street Cornbread Steve asked me one time, he was house sitting at a psychedelic spot. He was house sitting at a place called Waller Woods, Noonan, Georgia. I went out there, didn't know what to expect. My guy told me he was cooking a 3-day slow roasted pot roast. 3 days. That had to be gelatinous shrimpanati. I got over there. He said, look, there's a skeletal, haunted, old, twisted, mystical, spiritual dog. I said, damn, son, that dog is insane. He said, that's Mr. Bones. I said, damn, son, that dog is crazy. He said, he'll shit in your shoes. I said, bro, I put my Crocs up on a shelf. Sitting out on the holy back porch. My boy had given me a little bit of them psychedelic mushrooms. We were dogging him down. My boy started telling me about how he hung with Bob Dylan. My boy X Street Cornbread Steve, he was up in Brattleboro, Vermont. There was a beautiful woman coming down the street. She had bags and boxes in her hands. X Street Cornbread Steve, he said, can I help you with those? She said, yes, please. Thank you. Went back to the crib with her. Helped her move these boxes and bags. This dude rolls up, he goes, what you doing talking to my girl? The dude was Bob Dylan. The girl was the girl from the North Country. My jaw hit the floor when I heard that one. I said, damn, son, he met Bob Dylan and the girl from the North Country, and Bob Dylan was pissed at his ass? That's awesome. And then he said, oh, the pot roast. He went to go get that 3-day pot roast. Gelatinous shrimp. Dude dropped it straight on the floor. That shit went everywhere. That shriveled ass hated dog ate all of it. An hour later, I went over to look at Extra Cornbread Steve's shoes. They were filled with feces to the brim. This song called The Court's Blues, man, it's for Michael Hurley and Extra Cornbread Steve.
Woo! Woo!
And for any of y'all friends that passed away, it's for all those shrimps. It's called The Court's Blues. Sitting there on a pile of quartz by the riverside, thinking about them beautiful round eyes. Sitting there looking at the setting sun and wondering where you'll bide your time. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge Hills. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge Hills. Don't cry, my love, my love. It's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, my my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that Holy Great Spirit flowing through it. Oh, that water flows in a strange design, so does your life. Oh, that water, it will flow all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. One day we will be in that winter sun, wandering beneath those ancient pines, but until then I will ride that old river, yeah, and I'll be staying high. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that Holy Great Spirit flowing through it. Oh yeah. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah!
It's a spiritual pleasure to be here tonight, guys.
Off the team!
Hell yeah. This is a brand new track. It's about naughty nature. It's called Cinnamon of the Mountains.
Go me!
First of all, let's hear for Holy Casey, y'all. Them Irish jigs and whatnot was off the chain. If I had to describe that, I'd say it was a Juggalo jam session. Casey, you rocked it, dude. That was awesome.
Thank you, Frank.
Them naughty Irish jigs and them sea shanties, boy. Woo, that was good, man. I was impressed big time. That was awesome.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you, my shrimp.
Slash.
Oh yeah, cheers to Casey. Let's throw him up, yo. Oh yeah. Holy, holy. Yeah, I got 4 more quick ones here. Let's see. Cinnamon of the Mountains. Cinnamon of the mountains, oh, you taste so good to me. Lick upon that holy fountain, maybe touch upon a tree. Whether I'm way up high, down in the valley below, you know I'm loving you in the sunshine or the snow. Cinnamon of the mountains, oh, on a blazing afternoon. If they ever know you are around them, oh, them birds will aid you in a tune. If you never done them shrooms with a wild boar, oh, you really missing out. Though it might turn to a bestial time if you know what I'm talking about. smell a patchouli tree up on a holy mountaintop. When I make love with you, oh, you ain't gonna want it to stop. Well, girl, my last name's Hurricane. Rode a tornado up in my tent. Ooh, shrimping ain't easy, Lord, but it's heaven sent. When I start thinking about them mountain times, I started getting romantic for them mystical pines, the spiritual lines up on your holy spine, curved like mountain ranges. Ooh, girl, I feel like I'm flying, busting through your speakers like a grizzly busting your tent. I'm reminiscing on a sexual sin, a spiritual vibe, kind of beauty make a shrimp and not squint. I say love you, then I'm off with the trees. I say love you, then I'm off with the breeze. Oh yeah, we shrimping with ease. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That's a brand new jam right there.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So I got 3 more quick ones here, guys. Let's see what's up next. This next one is my favorite song I've written in a long time, man. Only played it a couple times so far. Yeah. I think you guys gonna like it. It's called Holy Weekend. Took you up to Midnight Hole, my favorite swimming spot. Day of jumping cliffs, I love you a lot. Crown Royal and PBRs, I'm a coaster fiend. We grilled hamburgers, I jumped naked in a stream. Our neighbors saw me butt naked in that holy moonlight. We went to the liquor store in Newport, Tennessee, into the Walmart, a special place to me. That parking lot's the best, a place in the world to hang with a mountain shaman or a naughty whale-tailed country girl. I felt good to show you a place where my soul flows completely free. We went to Dollywood after Golden Corral. We both ate so much, I felt blimped out like a sow. We rode lightning rod, it still had to launch. A dude got pulled off on a gurney, that was spiritual to watch. I won't forget that. Holy East Tennessee weekend. Holy weekend. Holy weekend. Holy weekend. Holy weekend. Man, it's a spiritual pleasure, y'all. Man, this is awesome. Thanks to Daniel. Thanks to all the shrimpanauts, man.
Yeah.
Holy Julie. Julia?
Yeah.
Julia! Holy Donna! Holy Cole! Dude, this shrimp plays the naughtiest psychedelic air guitar solo. Dog. Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to meet you, man. It's a spiritual pleasure, for real, man.
Same here, bro.
We gotta thank you, man. We gotta ride a coaster one of these days. So I gotta remember exactly this song. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Hell yeah. Hey, little frog, little jumping buddy. Hey, hey, little frog, little jumping friend. Up in the fog, misty mountain morning. Hey, a dinosaur fin to you I pray. Dinosaur fin up on a ridge, made out of rock, made out of rock, made out of rock, pointing to the sky. I thought about you all night, holy mountain babe. It was love at first sight when you passed by. Long brown hair and a beautiful face, and those hiking legs really blew my mind. Your beautiful eyes set a path for the day, for me to walk down, for me to walk down, for me to walk down inside my mind. I'm going down to the gap, to that old spring. I'm gonna cleanse my soul in a natural way. Hey, little frog, little jumping buddy. Hey, hey, little frog. Hey, little frog. Hey, little frog, little jumping friend. That's a holy Daniel right there, man.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, dog. Let's see here, guys. I got one last track. It's going to be a spiritual, there's going to be something else after that. I was hanging out at the psychedelic waterfall. Me and my boy Timothy Leary Jr., we was going down to this spot. It's called Red Fork Falls in Tennessee, East Tennessee. Now this mystic spot, Red Fork Falls, it's right off this psychedelic road. You can park, we're talking like 5-minute walk. You're seeing a mystic little creek that's going, bubbling creek that's kind of shrimping down the way. All of a sudden that motherfucker blast off a 100-foot cliff. And it's like this life-changing, this little shrimpanaut creek. And then it blasts off a 100-foot cliff. You stand there, you feel like Indiana Jones up in this mofo. You say, whoa, it's like life-changing, y'all. You look out upon the Unaka mountain range, you look out upon the psychedelic spiritual spots, and you say, damn, it's life-changing, literally. So close to the road, but it's a 100-foot drop right there. So many drunken shrimps died at this place. So many dogs and even some cats flew off that shit. All kinds of people died, and they have signs. 17 dogs last year, 5 people. The statistical chart. Say, damn, son, you look at it, it's off the rails. And they took it off the map. They tried to make it so you could not even know that this shit was there. Because they knew shrimps would go and get wasted and fly off and die off this cliff. So they literally tried to make it so it didn't exist. But shrimps knew it existed. Now me and Timothy Leary Jr., we rolled down there. There was only one other car at the Mystic Pull-Off. I said, hell yeah. Now, like I said, it's a 5-minute walk. I'm talking like 0.15 mile. We come on out to the jumping, the mystical, you know, the psychedelic blasting point. We come out. And I'm chilling. There's an ancient couple there, some aged shrimps. I said, what up, y'all? They said, I said, what up, y'all? They said, I said, you guys come straight from them Caucasus Mountains up in this motherfucker. You could at least say what up to me. They said, I said, damn, son, some standoffish shrimps right here. And I'm just kind of sitting there. My boy Timothy Leary Jr., he off in the woods urinating or something. The woman, she's doing something, some botanical shrimpanades. Oh boy, even though the Mystic hike was 0.15, he had some name brand hiking poles, and he was out there with these friggin' hiking poles, man. Dude, REI commercial up in this motherfucker. I said, damn, son. And he was standing there like glorious, looking like a REI commercial. I said, damn, on the edge of the precipice. And then he slipped. I said, oh, hell no. Oh boy, he slipped at the edge of the drop-off. And he flipped around instantly, and he caught onto the cliff. What? And this waterfall was blasting at his face, and I'm standing above him, and he's staring into my eyes. And then he let go, bro. True story. Shrimp flew off this motherfucking 100-foot cliff. And I said, damn, son. Old girl in the woods. Where'd he go? I said, he fell off the cliff. And I go flying down those mystical rhododendron ladders now. I'm blasting through the mud, sliding, wilding. Rhododendron. I'm like a fireman in the poles 1,000 feet, and it's made of rhododendrons. I flew down. Come around the final bend. I know I'm fin to see a corpse impaled upon rocks. Not stoked. And I hear, I'm okay! I said, what the fuck, yeah! Came around the bend. Dude fell off a 100-foot motherfucking cliff. Landed in a pool of water 3 feet deep. He was chilling with ease. There was a little blood spurting out of part of his dome piece, but other than that, he looked amazing. And I said, dude, how did that happen? He said, I hit a lot of things on the way down. I said, damn, son, that is awesome. He said, that was amazing. I said, hell yeah. He said, I'll never do it again. I said, yeah. We pulled him out of that little pool of water at the bottom. And he goes, dude! I said, a minute ago, you wouldn't even speak to us. After that 100-foot drop, you ready to chill. Sometimes everybody needs a little push off a 100-foot cliff, you know, to wake a shrimp up, pull their head out their own ass or something. We all need that every once in a while. This shrimp, it literally happened. His wife came down. She said, oh my God, Give me y'all's addresses. They never sent us nothing. This last song called the Sneedville Blues. I love you guys, man. Yeah. Well, I went up to Sneedville in my whip, had myself a psychedelic trip. Ain't no place like Sneedville, Tennessee. Well, I did say Yeti powder, popped a couple of pills. Sneedville's full of them holy thrill. Spit you river, won't you help me ease my mind? Oh, Austin River flow, a Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Ooh-wee. Well, that town's as corrupt as can be. Had a guy named Cricket, he was Cricket OG. Born and raised in Sneedville, Tennessee. He said you can't trust nobody up in that place. Everybody's packing and them trees is laced with that mystical powdered PCP. Oh, Austin River flow, a Sneedville blues can't touch my soul. No. Ooh, holy mountain wind, yeah, you're my best friend. You set me free and easy. In the back of a truck in the middle of the night, in a deep dark hollow neath the pale moonlight, laying back, listening to a country song. Had a gasoline fire, old boy fell in, covered in plastic, got that holy second skin. A Sneedville, you know you're off the chain. Oh, Austin River flow, Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Ooh-wee, holy mountain breeze, you set my soul at ease, and you set me free from the city. But them Sneedville blues can't get me. Them Sneedville blues can't get me. Them Sneedville blues can't get me. Oh, them Sneedville blues, they can't get me, no. Love you, love you. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. It's such a spiritual pleasure. Thanks to Daniel, Julia, all these shrimps around here. Man, Holy Cole, love you guys. Yeah. It's a spiritual pleasure. Man, it's amazing. Have a beautiful evening. We're going to be hanging. Much love.
Hell yeah.